have a number of points that is putting them where they deserve to be.
Sure.
When you go to the English Premier League, the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, look at the point they have. Go to Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. The Serie A. In our league, as it stands now, every team has lost more than 12 points. So it depends on where you are coming from. That is where you are debating the angle from. So it means, personally, I think most of these teams need to back up. That is why when they go to Africa, they struggle to make an instant. I think most of these teams need to back up. That is why when they go to Africa, they struggle to make an instant impact when they go to the interclub competition. Out of 39 possible points, the leaders in our group or in our league, 24 points. They are not doing enough.
26 points. That's not good enough. All right. So I need to believe that 26 points. That's an average of 2 points per game.
Yes.
For even medium, and everyone else is below 2 points per game at this point. But then we still build up to our featured game, the first game of match day 14. Kpando Heart of Lions crossing blade with Aduana FC from the Kpando Stadium. Let's quickly take a look at the last 5 fixtures for both sides. So there you have it. For Heart of Lions, they are coming into this game at the back of a defeat, Francis. 2-1 defeat to Heart of Lions, but before then was a 0-0 stalemate. A shocking result where they dropped 2 points in a game where many thought they should have won. Then before then was a 2-2 draw against Vision, a game where they relinquished the leading position twice in that game. They gave away that win, a 2-0 win over Young Apostles at home, and then a 1-0 win over Gold Stars. Francis Aboibo.
Well, if you look at them in their last 5 games, they've won 2, drawn 2, and then lost 1. And if you want to win the Ghana Premier League, you've got to win all your home games and pick maximum points at some places away from home. And you look at what they are doing. They couldn't beat Swedru All Blacks in Swedru. They couldn't beat Vision away in Tema. They couldn't beat Karela in Kpando. They lost to Nations FC. They are not playing like they want to win the Ghana Premier League. Yes, they will not be relegated. They will survive comfortably. But to me, if Heart of Lions never takes the Ghana Premier League to the last 2-3 matches of the season, if they will not win the league, then I'll judge them to be a failure this season. What else do you need? Look at the caliber of players they have. The team is being stable. The team that finished second from last season had only 2 players leaving. Christian Ejenim Boateng went to Samatex, and then Nana Kwame Opong went away to, is it Azerbaijan or Cambodia, or one of them. They are the only people and they replaced them comfortably. Chauncey Freeman came in, Michael Efson came in, you have Kojo Buama, Kuma, so they've added.
Kwanzaa went on loan.
Kwanzaa went on loan, came back, he's playing regularly this season. So if you look at the team, they have to win some of the games that they are drawing. And I see it to be self-destruction. The players got to understand that you've not won anything for the club. You have to win either the FA Cup or the Premier League to be able to say, okay, now we've arrived. You only finished second. And if the way they are comporting themselves, trust me, if they don't punch above their weight this season, I'll see them to be a failure.
Then you're looking at the results in your last 5 games. Yeah, that's a side. You speak to the coach, he speaks about the fact that, our objective is just one thing. We are aiming at a title. Now, 2 draws, 2 wins, and that means that they've picked up 8 out of a possible 15 in their last 5 games. Do you think they are still contended and competing for the title?
But the Premier League table, they are still competing. And I think we are looking at about 5 teams with a strong squad in the Premier League. Heart of Lions are part of them. They've lost 3 players to the Black Galaxy. They still insist they will play their Premier League game against the Aduana FC. So it should tell you they have a strong squad to compete in the Premier League. 2 wins, draw 2, lost only 1 to Nations FC. It tells you they've not been bad so far in the Premier League.
All right, so Heart of Lions with their last 5 games, 8 points from possible 15 so far for them heading into their match day 14 encounter against Aduana FC. But then we take a look at that of Aduana, the Oja boys. It's not been bad for them as well, and there's a similar record as well. 8 points from a possible 15. But then their last match, their last game on match day 13, many expected them to also rack up maximum points in that game, but then they also dropped 2 points per their standard against Basaki Holy Stars. It was definitely a frustrating time for them, but then before then they lost to Gold Stars by 1-0, a 3-1 win over Bekum Chelsea. Now they drew 1-1, so I think it was a 1-1 draw at the Barbara Sports Stadium, and then also 0-0 against Mediama at home. So their last 2 home games or 3 home games, they've drawn twice, they've won 1, but then their last 2 away games, a 1-1 draw in Kumasi, Nanedu, and then also a defeat to Gold Stars.
So it means out of these 5 games, they've drawn 4.
They've drawn 3. They've won
Lost
1.
1 and won 1.
Yeah, exactly. So 6
I think
from a possible 15.
They will have to improve if they really want to win the Premier League. You know, most of the times when you don't have a large squad numbers and you play week in, week out in the Ghana Premier League, it affects you as time goes on. Maybe some of these players, fatigue has set in. So as time goes on, maybe a rest for a week or 2 will bring them back to shape. But I think the difficult fixture that they face in the last 5, they come back. I'm sure Aduana Stars would like to regroup and make sure they come back to the winning ways.
But the twice winners of the Ghana Premier League, they always make a statement. They go into every season as one of the contenders or favorites to win it. This season, have you been pleased with what they are doing? Yeah, they are
games of the season. So that tells you that they have the experience to play in the Ghana Premier League. They have a fan base that is highly demanding of the team. They always want them to win at home. And sometimes when the results don't go their way, then it becomes a chaotic scene or mayhem at the Nana Ajimambedu Park. This season they started very well. They won in Hawk, where I was in Hawk. At the end of the day, it is hard to put the ball at the back of the net. That is their problem. And you look at players like Mizaka Free, Stephen Anochi Bedu, Henson Amponsa, Brighter J. Brighter J in particular. We all know Brighter J, the kind of quality and experience that he brings on board whenever he's playing for any team in the Ghana Premier League. He traveled, he's back, and it's like he's now getting himself into the groove. And if he can get himself playing better, he will help the team in terms of the attacking phase of play, in terms of whenever they are playing in the Ghana Premier League. The only thing here is they have to understand that they've got to stay consistent to be able to stand a realistic chance of pulling away from the rest of the chasing pack. As at now, they, together with Heart of Lions and Mediama, keep reshuffling in terms of the top of the Ghana Premier League. They are separated today by 3 points. So you look at this and you can tell we are just about 5 matches away from the first, no, 4 matches away from the first round of the Ghana Premier League. And you know, in some years now, this has been the tightest at this particular point in time, separated by just 3 points. And if you look at what they are doing, they look like they really want to play to win the Ghana Premier League this season because the 2 million prizes at stake, Josiah.
Now, the last time they were in the Volta region was when they visited the Hohoi Stadium, and they managed to get a 2-0 win. One of the scorers, obviously, Manu Mafo, wouldn't be with the squad today because he is on international duty.
Wow.
But would you say, based on that result, the Volta region is quite, you know, a welcoming place for them?
You know, they had a good result against Hohoi.
Yeah.
But Pandu Heart of Lions is a different team when they come to the Premier League. You know, it's going to be a difficult game. I see a full-time draw because both Pandu Heart of Lions and Aduana Stars, the strength of their team in recent times has been their defense. We're talking about Hennessy, one of the most underrated defenders in the Ghana Premier League, especially when he's starting from the back, how he plays with the feet. He's been doing well in the Ghana Premier League. Alex Boache of Aduana Stars is also doing well as a defender in the Premier League. Arguably one of the best centre-back this season in the Ghana Premier League. So the strength of both sides is their defense. The defense of Pando Heart of Lions and, of course, the defense of Aduana FC. So it's going to be a difficult game at the Pando Sports, but I see a full-time draw in that game.
I think it will end in a full-time draw.
Yeah.
Okay, so that believes that this game would definitely end in a stalemate. The last time Aduana were in the Volta region, they were at the Hohoi Sports Stadium and they won by 2-0 in that game. Let's now take a look at the players to watch out for. Which players could be the standout performers for their respective sides? So, Michael Efson, previously he played for Salvatex 1996, and these are his numbers. On match day 13, he couldn't feature because he was injured, but now he's back into the starting 11. He's played 11 so far, a total of 782 minutes, and then also he scored 4 goals. He's the leading top scorer for Pando Heart of Lions, and he's averaging a goal every 196 minutes. Nanidu.
Impactful player for Pando Heart of Lions. 11 games, 4 goals. In our league, it's difficult to see a player averaging 1 goal in 2 games is difficult. So for a player to score 4 goals out of 11 games, it means he's doing his best in the Premier League. You know, in recent times, you even struggle to get players scoring more than 20 goals in the Ghana Premier League. When was the last time we saw a Ghanaian player scoring 20 goals in the Ghana Premier League? So after 11 games in a Premier League and you have 4 goals, it means there's more room for improvement. But per Heart of Lions standard, and in recent times, Ghana Premier League standard, I think massive improvement on the side of the player. And I think he will be a key player in today's game. It depends on how these midfielders will supply him with the ball. Today, they are missing Echedogli, arguably their best player this particular season. Who replaces him in the midfield? Who is going to pair with Ismail Ade in the midfield? Who replaces Ebenezer Abai in central defense? Who replaces the goalkeeper in the post? Lawrence Osei has been consistent from day one. So these are key areas that will make an impact in this game going into the game against Aduana FC. So it's a big game that we are going to witness at the Kwando Sports Stadium. For now, I think Aduana Stars and Kwando House of Lions are on the same level when it comes to the Ghana Premier League.
But if you are Bashir Hayford, are you looking at playing him through the middle, or you're? But let's take a look at the Aduana team, and this is the chap who has been unplayable from the wide areas for them, Henson Amponsa. What a player he's been! A young chap, still a teenager. He's played 12 times this season, a total of 933 minutes. He scored twice for them already this season. He scored when they went to Hohoi. And he's won 2 MVPs already. And Francis, is this the guy to just change the game, to dictate the game for Aduana today?
Well, he definitely. You and I saw him at the Hohoi Sports Stadium. He's simply a player, very explosive, very direct in terms of decision making. The way he link up with attacking players on top of the pitch, it's a thing of beauty, and it is his premium decision making. Whenever he finds himself in certain position around the penalty box, that speaks volumes about how he sees the game and how he wants to hack the game. One thing about Aduana is they've got to play to his strengths if they'll be able to unlock the Heart of Lions defensive unit. Because this afternoon, in Yao Danso and Bismarck Erim, they are tough guys that will give him a very good game. But, you know, one thing about him is you don't need to allow him to step onto the ball first. The moment he steps onto the ball, he has that tendency to outweigh any marker put in front of him. And if you are a defender and you allow him to do his things, and whenever he's in his element, he can get you like being booked on 2 different occasions and you'll be sent off. So for him, I think he's one of the finest players so far in the Ghana Premier League. But it's just that his team got to play to his strengths if they'll be able to maximize his potential to be able to hurt the opponent in terms of the attacking phase of play.
Now let's cross over to the Kwando Sports Stadium, because both coaches have spoken ahead of the game. We'll listen to the head coach of Aduana FC, Aristika Shiaiba, as well as Bashir Hayford, the gaffer for Kwando Heart of Lions.
Here, match day 14. First of all, you've gone 3 games without a win. What have you done throughout the week in training to ensure that you get a victory against Aduana today?
Well, thank you very much. It's rather unfortunate that we have gone through 3 matches without a win. Fortunately, I think 2 of them were shown live, so people saw the way we played. And unfortunately, we couldn't take the maximum 3 points. And that has been a worry. So for the past 3-4 days, we have been rehearsing how to score goals, because I think if you are able to convert your chances, no matter what happens, you will carry the day. But if you are not able, the slightest thing, somebody can stretch your distance from you. And so I've advised them, I've sacked them, and necessarily this is a home match. And we all pledged that we will not drop a home point. But last, when I was not here, I think they drew. And it has been a worry to me and to the players themselves. So I think they are going to step up today and make sure we get the 3 maximum point.
Now you're one of the clubs that has about 3 players in the Black Galaxies camp. 3 first-team players, 3 players who actually start in your team. Is it going to impact in your today's game?
Well, we will remember them. We will miss them. But I foresaw it. So I was preparing them every week. After they have played, the first 11 has played a match. The Tuesday, the second 11 also have played a match. So all of them are match ready. So if somebody is not there, this is a national assignment. So you cannot deny somebody's future. So we have allowed them to go, and we'll make sure we get some people to replace them.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Thank you too.
Coach, it's a big game against one of the best teams currently in the Ghana Premier League. Your last game at home, you drew. What have you done in training throughout the week to ensure today you get a victory?
Yes, the first you need to understand about I respect the opponent. He have the good player. He working this group together 2 year, 3 year. Also, I respect the coach. Is one coach experience here in the Ghana and have more idea from the football, have more result in the back. But our team is coming today to play from the result. They have confidence from our team. I have confidence is go inside in the game. Respect our plan tactic about this is important. If you play from Heart of Lions, is play the difference football from another club, and our player need respect our tactic. If he respect our tactic and plan, is possible have the positive result.
Now you don't have your main striker Emmanuel Mafu around. Is that going to be a problem for you?
Yes, you see, is the last 2 games the Mafu is injury and is little problem. But I working from another striker from our team. Bright is here. Is starting from the game. Bright is one striker have experience now. Physical is ready from starting the game and help the team. I will give good luck from the Bright. Give the score and help the team today about this. He need the team from the striker today. About every game I have also from Bibiani Gold, I have 4 or 5 opportunity clear score. Last game the same, but maybe today our team have one chance and give one score. Let's play good football. I respect the opponent already. Have the very good player, play good football and see who is better today from win the game.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, they'll be without their top scorer this season, Emmanuel Mafu. He scored tons of goals for them this season, but he believes that they still have the quality to get the win and play some exciting football. Gentlemen, Aristika Siaiba. But then we also heard from the head coach for Akpando Heart of Lions, Francis, that's Bashir Hayford. He spoke about the fact that they've been working on their finishing. And guess what? This season, only Mediama has scored more goals. That's 19 than Akpando Heart of Lions, who have scored 17 this season.
Well, if you look at Hearts of Lions, they've spread the goals around the team. You look at Michael FC, you look at Chauncey Freeman, you look at Paul Ateje. Sometimes from midfield, Samuel Buama Kwanzaa gets you the goal. Sometimes the captain of the team, Ebenezer Aban, gets you the rebounds on set pieces. Very good on set pieces, Ebenezer Aban, and sometimes he scores from the penalty spot. So you look at Hearts of Lions. That's why I said if they don't punch above their way to have a proper crack at the Ghana Premier League this season, then they've underachieved this season. You look at him, his coach doesn't look like he's happy, which is Bashir Hayford. In the last 3 games, they've not won. And this is their 4th game, so they've got to bounce back against a very stubborn, awkward world drill machine in Tioba Aristides Aduana Stars. How they'll be able to approach this game today speaks volume, because there'll be different combinations in central at the centre back position. Ali Fauzi comes back into centre back to partner Ruben Hennessy. The laterals remain the same in Bismarck and him, and then Yao Danso. Samuel Buama Kwanzaa will come to the heart of midfield to replace Echedogli. He'll be playing together with Ishmael Ado. Then you look up front where you have Michael Efsin, Chauncey Freeman, Macaulay Kojokuma, as well as Paul Ataeje. So it's going to be a 4-2-4 diamond formation with variations of 4-3-3 or 4-4-2. So you look at the coach today, he set out to attack Aduana with multiple variations in terms of his tactical approach. And if you look at the kind of team sheet the Heart of Lions puts out here, I don't think they should find it difficult to replace those 3 guys. Yes, quality has gone. Ebenezer Aban, Echedogli, and then the other guy. But they have the enough quality in this starting 11 to be able to deal with that. Odate Lamte, the goalkeeper, will have the opportunity for the very first time to mount the goal post for Heart of Lions ever since he moved to the club. Very tall, very tall. He looked very huge, imposing, just like Kamara. Yeah. You see him when the shot starts rolling.
All right, let me bring you in. Aristika Siaiba spoke about the fact that they are without their top scorer this season. They've scored 13 times, and Emmanuel Mafu has scored 6 for them this season. But how do you think they can replace him perfectly in the center?
I think, with Mafu, they still have Brighter J and Mezaki Free. Mezaki Free some time back was leading the Ghana Premier League goalkeeping when he was playing for Brecum Chelsea before he went on trials to Genk. They have Brighter J, who has been in the local league for close to a decade. They have some experienced players in the team. Seydou Sana from the midfield can also drive up front. So they have some quality players who can also make an impact in this particular team. Remember Aduana, one of the experienced guys in the Ghana Premier League. So when you look at the Aduana Stars team, from the goalkeeping department to the attack, they have good players. Even in the defense, Alex Boache and of course Anochi Bedu, these are experienced guys in the Premier League. So I think they can cope without Emmanuel Mafu in this game.
Francis, there's a side that we know defensively are very strong. There's a side that went an entire season without conceding at home. Aduana Stars in 13 games has conceded just 7 goals. How do you think, how good would the Heart of Lions attack need to be if they would have to get some goals, past this defense?
Well, if you look at Heart of Lions, their biggest problem is how to be decisive in terms of the attacking phase of play. They create enough chances, but some of the glaring chances are some of the strikers like Michael FC as well as Kojo Obin Jr., chief culprit, Kojo Obin Jr. Some of the chances that he misses so glaring and is shocking because a player of his caliber and quality who has played in the Ghana Premier League no less than 5 seasons should be bossing the league at this particular point in time. You look at the Aduana Stars, like you said, they came to the Hawkeye Sports Stadium. We saw them in that game. Hawkeye played very well, but they managed to shut the door on them. And they have experienced players like Anochi Bedu. These are players that will not give you the full day. So today, the game will be very tough. Chances will be few in the game. There will not be that much more premium chances. But the two teams, whoever the strikers will be much more clinical, decisive, and leader in front of goal, will end up winning this game. Because in such games, you don't see 2-3 goals coming. Sometimes 1-0, sometimes 1-1, sometimes 0-0. So it depends on how you attack the game from 2 phases. In terms of defensive phase, you have to make sure you are shutting the door on the opponent, and then you try to get that odd positive 1 goal to win the game.
Okay, so there's about time where we cross over to the Kpando Sports Stadium where we are about to begin the very first game of match week 14. And it's Kpando Heart of Lions taking on Aduana FC. Enjoy, we'll be back after the first 45.
You're probably wondering how Ebo got here. Oh, Ebo. You see, Ebo is not a bad guy. He's got plans. Big plans. But there's just one small problem. His wallet didn't get the memo. So he decides to take a shortcut. That was a bad idea. And that's how he found himself sitting across area champion, the great Abu Kayoyo. Let's just say, not every quick fix fixes everything. But with a Stanbic loan, he gets the upgrade he needs and the freedom to actually breathe. With a Stanbic loan, the only thing chasing you are your dreams.
Gainike, Yadenchia strong free Iona Pharmacy, Mamunina.
We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, Puma. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Puma, Puma. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new guy. Make me step. Oh yeah, come alive. Puma, Puma. Let me hear you. Puma.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match.
Even watches Ghana football this day.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? His scrimmage, the stadium, was like for the general, lifting up trophies. Stephen Ojo was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride. and you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
It's Friday kickoff in the Ghana Premier League. It's match day 14. Hi everyone, welcome to the Bando Stadium where Bando Hearts of Lions come up against Aduana FC in high stakes top 3 showdown in Bando. 2 of the Premier League's top 3 sides slide it out this afternoon in search of victory that brings them back to winning ways. Lions slipped to a 2-1 defeat at Nations last week, and Aduana failed to take most of the home advantage in a goalless drawn game with Basekioli Stars, and we're looking forward to a very keenly competitive fixture here in Bando. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse. Together with Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, we are your commentators for this big one here in Bando.
A very big one. 2 teams that has lots of bright talent mixed with experience at play. The 2 dugouts have experience mixed with youth and respect some beautiful football. In the last couple of months, they've showed they are 2 of the top sides in Ghana football. A way to see who edges the other in the bid to win this season's Ghana Premier League. Lots of exciting play to be expected this afternoon. I'm sure the fans will be treated to some beautiful football. Aduana would not want to lose out and miss out on keeping the chase on Mediama. Likewise, Heart of Lions coming close last season. This season, they feel it's their season to do. But if they want to win, this is one of the games they must be able to surmount.
Hearts of Lions hoping to return to winning ways in search of a win from their last 3 games. Aduana have had one very familiar feature in this season's Premier League. That's the traveling away fans. Everywhere they've gone this season, these fans have traveled along with them. Hearts of Lions in their usual home strips of wine. Aduana have turned up in their traditional green and yellow jerseys. These 2 teams are missing some crucial players in this game. For Hearts of Lions, they must do without the services of 3 key players. Ebenezer Aban, the captain, Lawrence Osei, the goalkeeper, and they're also without their Mercurial midfielder Eche Dogli, but Chancellor Freeman, the Liberian, who scored last week in Abraham Kese, will be hoping to step up for them as he has 3 goals to his name in the Ghana Premier League this term and 4 across all competitions. And Brighton J, the very experienced, will be the man they'll be counting on in the absence of their own source of goals, Emmanuel Mafo, who together with the 3 Hearts of Lions players are away with the Black Galaxy. So Brighton J will be that go-to man up front for Aduana this afternoon in Bando.
They may be missing their greatest source of goals this season, but if you have an experienced man like Brighter J leading the attack, all you need to do is to feed him and he'll be able to do justice.
Aduana bent on taking this season by storm. So that's the Bando Hearts of Lions lineup. 4 changes to the team that lost to Nations. There's a debut for goalkeeper Odate Lamte, his very first game for Lions since joining this season. Bismarck Kenima left back, Danso at the right back. Fauzi Ali replaces Ebenezer Aban and combines with Hennessy in central defense. In midfield, there is Kwansai and Ado. On the wings will be Kuma and Ateje, with Efsin playing up front with Freeman. I'm told he's been given a free role in this afternoon's game, playing right behind Michael Efsin.
Well, and that is where the liability will lie in central defensive midfield. Ishbelado cannot do it alone. Samuel Kwanzaa, as we know, express trigger, and might have it very much difficult, but this man knows what to do.
He's been in the news during the last week because of some altercations with referee Franklin Akumate in that defeat in Abrancas. We'll get to the details of that during the course of the game, but Konsa is under the captain's armband in the absence of Ebenezer Aban and Alex Boache, the consistent Boache, once again with skipper Aduana. Gideon Nikofi was at the home last week when Kotoko lost to our United. The centre man for today's game is assisted by Seth Ableto and James Osafo. Fourth referee is Theophilus Seichi. This is the lineup for Aduana. Not so many tweaks to the team that drew at home last weekend. Prince Osei is imposed at right back is Boatin, left back is Adams, Anochi Bedu and Boache. The usual suspects in central defense. In midfield is the ever-present Seydou Sana and Raymond Ajman. On the left wing is Henson Amponsa. Mizaki Frio play from the right hand side with Bright J leading the attack and Patrick Mensah playing right behind the number 10 for Aduana.
Very interesting lineup. They are looking more at players who would run with the ball, open up. But so because Heart of Lions are not ragged, the reason why Maxwell Arthur has been relegated to the bench. Well, this man is very much experienced. He knows what to do to work his team all out. And you look at the team, it looks more like a more fluid system that you would expect from Aduana FC. Sana Seydou expect him to create lots of magical moments with a free hit, and Henson and Ponsa causing lots of trouble from the flanks.
Big game day, Friday kickoff in Pando. The home side, Heart of Lions, are yet to lose a game this season at this venue. A record they want to jealously protect throughout the entire duration of the season. But the big question is, can they stand the might of Aduana this afternoon at their own backyard?
That is a question too, especially when their spine looks a bit disjointed. Goalkeeping, the man who makes sure the defense works, Lawrence Osei and the captain Aban, all not present. It's quite difficult to play with some of your most trusted men who make sure that the team click. Echedogli, the screen for that defense is also off.
There's been this new wind of confidence blowing in the camp of Aduana that makes them believe that it could be their seasons for a third silverware in the Ghanaian top flight. They barely put a foot wrong in the season's campaign. They're only separated by a point against the opponents Heart of Lions this afternoon. The Lions are third and Aduana are second. Gideon Kofi takes a look at his watch, ensuring that everything is clear for the kickoff here in Pando. Another look at his watch, whistle to his mouth. There the game goes. That's Brighter J kicking off this afternoon here in Pando for Aduana. It will be interesting to see how goalkeeper Date Lamte first impose his first ever competitive game for Heart of Lions since joining from Western Region 2nd Division side Black Eagles.
It's quite interesting how he's overcome Dansuri Rumenta to become the second choice. Looking at the performance of Danso, backing up Lawrence Osei.
Interestingly, Danso is only returning from injury. Danso is expected to be the third choice goalkeeper. Odate should be the fourth choice. But the ideal second choice, Jason Nete, is also injured. So the mantle falls on the young Odate. Here's Mizaki Frie for Aduana. He goes past Konsa. Good run from Mizaki Frie. But the captain does so to track back and win possession for Lions. Here is Fauzi Ali. Confident play from the centre back from behind. Danso. Konsa. Danso has been consistent on that right back position this season. He's been one of the most consistent right backs in the entire campaign.
And it's quite interesting how he was converted from a midfielder into that role. He's virtually made it his own. He had lots of best in him that can cause trouble every time he surges forward.
In him. Here is Efsen. Ishmael comes matters down for Heart of Lions. Here is Yao Danso. Ateje goes down from the push of Henson. Abubakar makes way from that area to cover up.
It's quite interesting what is happening with Denchi. You know, looks more like the coach is switching in between these two players to make sure they have a fairly square balance of the team in every game they play.
Too much on that pass from Kwanzaa, aiming at Danso, the ever overlapping right back who never ceases to make those runs into enemy territory when the need arises. Enim loses out to Seydou Sana. Good play from Enim. Kwanzaa. Ateje to Danso. The right back short of options decides to go back to Ali Fauzi.
And that is where the problem will lie. Echodogli would have availed himself, picked up the ball to start that phase one build-up. Unfortunately, he's not around. Ishmael Ado would have lost to do today.
Fauzi Ali's long one. Danso makes the move. Abubakar fouled by Danso. Assistant referee right there.
Fairly a good call. Danso just bashed into his man. Abubakar Adams, who was trying to cover up that space. He didn't go for the ball. He just decided to barge into his man.
Anochibedu to take the free kick, one of the most experienced players in the Ghanaian top flight. Long gone in search for Mezaka Free. Is a good touch from a free, but Danso does well to get the ball away for another throw-in for Aduana. Brighter J outmuscled and Lions to take possession. Here is Ishmael Ado to Odate Lamte. Fauzi Ali, confident play from the centre back. Lions building up calmly and beautifully from behind. Ateje can't go past the big centre back. Anochibedu.
That was quite a very good run there from Kojokuma, picking up that pass from the Danso. But experience putting the ball away for a throw-in.
A free hit. Good decision, referee. Whistles, the flag was already up, ball had already crossed the line before moving to play again.
Brighter J clearly knew he was offside, and it's quite interesting to see how these two teams take their time to build up, even under pressure. They are not in the rush to balloon the ball away from their defensive ends. It's quite interesting to see that matches up with the good work of the two gaffers in charge.
Ado is trying to switch to the left side.
Very uncharacteristic of Ishmael Ado there.
Very good pass over the ball. He's trying to pick out TJ, but it went too bad for him. Brighter J has got some chasing to do. Another great defending from Fauzi Ali.
He's clearly distinguishing himself. Why? He replaces his captain, Aban, in his absence. Very good defensive work there. Fauzi Ali, he hasn't put a foot wrong so far.
Anochibedu. Fauzi to Hennessy. For the first time this season, Hennessy is playing without his regular centre-back partner. They both played 13 games. This is Hennessy's 14th of the season. Aban would have been playing his 14th alongside Hennessy, but for that national assignment when he joins the Galaxies for that international friendly against Bafana later on Tuesday.
That is quite an enviable partnership any coach would want for his team. But even in the absence of Aban, Hennessy hasn't felt at home with Fauzi Ali. We expect him to actually lead the charge in organizing the back line, which so far hasn't had any deficiencies.
Mizaka Friye, last touch coming off Kuma, throwing to Aduana. Danso stops the Friye right in his track. Serious Konsa. He gives away possession. Brighter J is lurking. Fauzi has the ball away. Hennessy, calm control. Now Ado, back to Hennessy. Efson, that's what to put it down for Enim. Throwing for Lions.
Very good play there from Hennessy. And then Ishmael Ado calming down play and playing it out of a dangerous area.
Poor effort from Michael Efson.
To see the intent was very clear. Execution coming off. Not his favorite foot. Would have expected it to have fallen onto the right. Cannot blame him. Free and easy work for Prince Osei to do.
Osei's delivery. Flicked away by Amponsa. There's a foul against Aduana. Mizaka Friye, the culprit. Here's Konsa. He's trying to find chance to Freeman. Efson pops up, but the flag is up against Efson for offside.
That was quite a teasing delivery there. Michael Efson running in behind the defensive line. Jonathan need to be very much careful. Look at him on the blind side. Picking it up could have easily been a penalty. But unfortunately, he was flagged offside. Very great run to pick up that pass.
Not too sure Alex Boachi had any idea where Efson was coming from. The sense of awareness must be up there for Boachi. Else they paid dearly for it because Efson knows how to run into those channels. It's 10 minutes in Pando. Hearts of Lions nil. Aduana in possession, looking for the opening goal. Mizaka Friye shoots and is blocked by Hennessy. Corner Aduana.
Very good block there. Mizaka Friye, very swift, very sharp spot. Also helped Hennessy to close down that space. And that block was always going to come from Hennessy with his outstretched right foot there. Good strike, but equally good block to keep it off target.
Corner to Aduana. Boateng to take. Swings one to the near post, and Enim had to be there for Hearts of Lions. It was almost getting in at the near post.
These are the kind of corner kicks you wouldn't want your team to be facing, but that is always going to come from Aduana.
Boateng goes low. This time is cleared away by Enim. Ado. Kuma. Ado. Chance that Freeman can get to it. Raymond Arjiman under pressure kicks the ball out, and the Lions have the advantage now.
Pressure on Raymond Day. He couldn't quickly make that and pass it to goalkeeper Prince Osei because there was a lack in Efson. He wanted to hit it too high, but unfortunately miscued it.
Danso. Freeman. Kwanzaa. Now Hennessy looks at the movement of Enim. Good run. He wanted to go for goal, but too much power, and I was always rising.
That was brilliant play between Enim. Look at that, picking up that pass from Hennessy. Beautiful control by the execution. It was always rising, hitting it on the laces. You can see Enim a bit much disappointed with that hit. He felt he could have easily hit that target and went goalkeeper. Praise to say.
Yaudonso, Kuma, lovely touch, gets back to Danso. Fauzi Ali to Ruben Hennessy. Chance to Freeman to Enim. Danso sees the movement of Efsin, but he gives the ball away. There's a heavy push by Efsin, going too hard on Patrick Mensah. Free kick for Aduana.
Poor control from Efsin to lose that ball. It was a very good gather there coming from Mensah, trying to moderate into that attack, but Efsin had to quickly come back and stop it.
In the meantime, injury concern for Aduana centre back Anochi Bedu. These traveling fans enjoying every bit of the action. No goals yet, but they're still enjoying it.
Obviously, they'll be looking for the opener to burst into their charge.
And some more United fans yet to have a feel of the 14th with GP. I'm wondering which of these two teams they'll be rooting for. These are the Uja fans from Doma Incro. They've been here since morning.
It's been quite interesting this season. They seem to be traveling on every trip. Their presence really felt with their drum and dancing and singing at all the venues they've been present at. It's quite impressive. It's not just the home fans having an advantage of making noise to push their team. They've also added to the bite to try and neutralize home support.
Two-time Ghana Premier League champions. They are the only team in the history of the Premier League to have won it in their debut season when they qualified to the top flight in 2009-10 season under the tutelage of experienced Herbert Addo. They won the Premier League in their very first season, but it's not looking good for Anochi Bedu, the Aduana centre-back.
That was quite unfortunate there. He was trying to win the ball. He seemed to slip and was injured his eye in the process. It's quite not a pleasant scene for Anochi Bedu. Aduana will be ruining his absence if he's not able to turn up.
So this one is feeling the heat here in Tondo. Very hot weather conditions. He decides to take off his shirt and enjoy the game bare-chested. That's a late clip on Danso by the Aduana man. I think he was at the blind side of the referee, and the home fans are not happy with it.
Clearly not happy. They would want every decision to see the opponents punished, and that was a late one coming in there from Patrick Mensah. You can see Danso is in pain. He's clutched onto his face. As to whether he will be able to continue is a question that will be answered by himself, but gladly he's up on his feet.
And Mensah is apologetic, unintentional. Aristika has caught up Raymond Ajiman and Abubakar. Abubakar seemed to have stabilized that left back position. Kuma is yet to take the game to Abubakar down the left hand side of the Aduana defense.
I was quite interested now. Raymond Ajiman would have to slot in at centre back.
Michael Efson backhools the ball to Freeman. Desperate finishing from the Liberian. Goal kick.
That was quite a great opportunity for Chauncey Freeman to take his time and find Efson. Again, that pass was a loose one. He managed to get onto it. But the effort was way off target. You cannot be pulling it away in that manner. He needs to be hitting the target a lot more times if he wants to register more goals in the Ghana Premier League.
Offside delivery. Fauzi Ali. Throw in Aduana. Abubakar Adams to Brighter J. Kwanzaa loses possession to Mizaki Free, but that's what to clear the danger. Raymond Ajiman falls awkwardly after winning the ball at the expense of Efson. Odatelamte with a very firm catch for Lions. Now Kwanzaa. Chauncey Freeman doesn't keep it in.
That was so hard, very quick play there. Chauncey getting the ball right behind him. He couldn't match up with the pace on the 10. And already rolled out of touch. But see, Heart of Lions wanted to quickly hit that break, knowing the defensive deficiencies.
Referee is still not satisfied with Anochi Bedu's treatment. I think some blood is still oozing out. Anochi Bedu is one of the most experienced players in the Ghanaian top flight. I was telling you earlier on, he's made about 135 appearances for Aduana. Anochi Bedu. No. It is the centre-back partner, Alex Boachi, who has got those statistics to his name. In the last 6 seasons, the captain has got 135 appearances in the top flight. For him, this campaign, he's played in his 14th game, the most consistent Aduana player this time. And interestingly, Anochi Bedu has equally played 14 games this season for Aduana.
That is also a very consistent pair. If you want to win league defenses, they say win 2 titles. And the most consistent defensive pair that prevents opponent from scoring is always going to win you that title, and Aduana have it.
Free kick.
It's another tackle there on Yadanso by Menta. The two would have a very long afternoon.
20 minutes in Pando. Hearts of Lions nil, Aduana FC nil. Hennessy onto the head of Alex Boachi, cleverly heads to the back to his goalkeeper. One of the most improved defenders locally in the last 3 seasons, Boachi. Ado, Kwanzaa, Danso, Kuma, Kwanzaa. That's a rush challenge from Raymond Ajiman. Lovely play from Ismailado in midfield, but the final ball not good enough to find Kuma.
Well, the press right there on him, preventing him from having a very good pass, an accurate one to find Kuma on the right hand side of the attack. Aduana doing their best to prevent the most creative player for Heart of Lions from having it easy in finding those through balls to the attacking players.
Hennessy is up against Mizaki Free. Free is fighting for it. There was a slight push behind Hennessy, and referee whistles a foul against the Aduana striker.
There was a mismatch with regards to stature and fighting for the ball. Hennessy knew all he had to do was to just block the space, and Mesha committed himself.
Fauzi Ali's ball to nobody for Lions. Alex Boache, good stop by Enim, now Kwanzaa. Ateje has been quiet, hangs on for Lions. Ishmo Ado in midfield, dinks one. Ateje, but again the flag was up for offside against Ateje.
That's quite interesting, that pass that came through. Brilliant from Ishmael Ado. Picking up on Kojo Kuma, look at that touch. But he was just a shade off side. Running from the right hand side to the left hand side. Quick switch from him. He sensed the danger that will come to his opponent if he made a quick move. He did that, and that nearly gave him an opportunity to find the opener. And quite unfortunately, he was too quick for that ball.
Here is Ado. Fauzi Ali to the right side is looking for Kuma.